Hello, everybody. Math Fairy here, coming at you with some fractions. Actually, a fraction that I saw today when I was out in Gunnison, Colorado. And you may have seen this sign outside of Gunnison, Colorado. But let's see if you can figure out where it is in our town here. So look at that. I took this picture. My daughter here is scootering. We were scootering by. And can you tell where it's at? Do you know where it's at? Baseball fields, by the ice rink. And right in this spot, you can park to watch the baseball games, right? And I noticed this sign. I'm always just searching for math, right? It's everywhere. And this sign said no truck parking over, can you read that? 3/4 ton. And I'm like, what does this mean? So in my head, I don't own a truck and I don't know much about trucks. So to me, I'm thinking, okay, the truck, you can't have a truck that is going to be over that much weight. So I'm thinking the weight of the truck cannot be over 3/4 ton. And then I'm like, well, what is 3/4 ton? And so then I start calculating in my head. So what kind of stuff does a person need to know in order to figure out what that means? Like, how many people know what this means? Only truck people? Do you know what it means? Because we're going to figure it out right now, and I just had to figure it out. So first off, the first thing that you would need to know is a ton. Like, what does a ton actually represent? So we usually in the United States talk in pounds. So a ton is how many pounds? Do you know that off the top of your head? It is equivalent to 2,000 pounds. Yes, 2,000 pounds. So does this mean that no truck who is over 2,000 pounds can park here? Well, no, because it actually says 3/4 ton. So that means it would have to be 3/4 of the 2,000 pounds. Okay, so now I'm like, all right. So in my head, I'm thinking, all right, how can I do this? Let me get my pen here. I need to do 3/4 of a ton of 2,000 pounds, right? So if I did 4/4, that'd be the entire thing. So if I think in a visual, and if I think like in a circle, because a circle, it's easy to split a circle into how many parts. If I'm talking 3/4, I'm talking fourths. So if I have a circle and I split it into fourths, and the whole circle is worth 2,000, what would each fourth be worth? So whole thing's worth 2,000. So what are you thinking? Pause the video, try and figure that out. How much would each fourth be worth? Because I'm going to start. Well, in my head, as I'm walking along, I'm like, well, half of 2,000, I can get that easily in my head. That is 1,000. So I know half the circle is 1,000. Now to get to the fourth, I would need to cut the 1,000 in half. So now half of 1,000 would be what? Half of 1,000 would be, try and figure that out, 500. Okay, so is that a truck cannot be over 500 pounds? No, it's not what it means, because it says 3/4 ton. It doesn't just say 1/4 ton. So 1/4 of a ton is equivalent to 500. So what would 3/4 be? So what would I have to do with that 500? Well, here's 1/4, then I have another fourth, and I have another fourth. So really, I could say, well, I have half of a ton and another fourth. So I could take the 1,000 plus the 500, or I could take 500 plus 500 plus 500, or 500 times 3. And 500, if I multiply that by 3, 500 times 3 would be 1,500. Oh my gosh, that's pretty close to 2,000 pounds. Well, yeah, 3/4 is over half, and it's only a fourth of the way to one whole circle, or one whole thing, one whole ton. So 1,500 pounds. So then I'm like, oh, figure that one out as I'm walking along. I'm like, okay, truck cannot weigh over 1,500 pounds. Well, I just want to tell you, I looked up some things about trucks, and let me show you what I found. So on cars.com, said, what does half ton, 3/4 ton, 1 ton mean when talking about trucks? And here we are. We have our 3/4 ton that was talked about in this sign, 3/4 ton. Oh, isn't that so cool? So yeah, you want to know? Maybe you already know this, but then they had some pictures of trucks. I'm like, oh, those are like regular looking trucks. Okay, let's see. So half ton, 3/4 ton, and 1 ton are classifications for pickup trucks and SUVs that are used to generally classify them by their payload capacities. So I was wrong, meaning the maximum weight a pickup or SUV can carry in its cargo and passenger areas. Oh my gosh, blew my mind. I did not know this. So a 3/4 ton truck has a maximum weight capacity. It can carry in the back and in the passengers a total of 1,500 pounds. Man, it's so cool to learn new stuff. So, really cool. And then I kept reading the article, and then it told me some examples of trucks. So then I'm like, oh, so now I know what types of trucks can park here. So light duty pickups, known as half-ton trucks. So these guys can carry 1,000 in their cargo load. These guys can park there because they're less than the 3/4 ton. But then 3/4 ton class includes, and you might know these names, Ford Super Duty F-250, the Ram 2500, the Chevrolet Silverado 2500, and the GMC Sierra 2500. So yeah, those are our 3/4 tons. Now, then you go to the 1 ton pickup trucks where you're like, well, you definitely can't park there. So yeah, I learned something about trucks today. So now my main question still on my mind is no truck parking over 3/4 ton. So would that mean that 3/4 ton trucks can park there? Because it says no truck over that. So just those 1 ton trucks, those huge guys, cannot park there. If you're 3/4, you might be a little nervous and be like, maybe I shouldn't be parking here because I'm so big. But yeah, you guys, math is everywhere, and I just wanted to do some math with you on just a regular looking sign that happened to be in our town that I thought I knew and understood. But no, I needed to learn something about trucks, and hopefully you did too. Okay. Adios.